Well, my name is Chad Curry, and I'm Managing Director for the Center for Realtor Technology at the National Association of Realtors. And I'm really excited to actually introduce the next presenter. I'll tell you a little bit about our group and what their work means to us. So CRT, we started a place called CRT Labs in our offices at 430 North Michigan Avenue, where we're exploring smart home devices and what they mean for you and your business, and how they can foster a closer relationship with homeowners. And one of the verticals we're looking at is these devices as closing gifts, and about security and about access. And August, Smart Lock is all about security and access. And Jason Johnson, who's their CEO, is a pleasure to work with. I've actually spoken with him on stage at Inman, and he's been gracious in offering us advice and product and great for feedback. And so Jason's actually launched a new set of products called August Access, where they have keypads, and he'll tell you about this stuff, I'm sure, doorbells and the like with cameras. So without any further ado, I'd love to have Jason come up and tell you a little bit more about August.
Thanks, Chad. Pleasure to be with all of you this morning. So a little bit about August, but also I want to talk about kind of smart home in general, because it's a term bandied around quite a bit. And let me just give you a little bit of color. So when we talk about the smart home, really what technology guys or us are thinking about is how do we add intelligence and connectivity to the existing systems in the house, right? Maybe the lock, it may be light switches, it may be the heating system. We're trying to find ways to add intelligence and connectivity to make those systems perform better, maybe save money, maybe save time, save convenience. And I'm going to tell you a little about what I hope these technologies do for this industry. So you heard about the August Smart Lock briefly from Chad, and basically it's a little device that you attach on the inside of the door to any home. It works on all standard deadbolts, which are on most homes in America, and it has 4 AA batteries inside. And once this is attached on the inside of the door, you can then control access to that lock using a smartphone. It talks to the lock via Bluetooth and doesn't need Wi-Fi, doesn't even need electricity to the house. It just talks between the phone and the lock. And the real magic of the system, of course, is that you can give keys to anyone virtually. So right now, if one of you was standing in front of my house in San Francisco, I could issue you a key right now, and you would get it on the app on your phone, and you could then enter my house for the days and hours that I've given you access. And it's been very popular. We've sold a lot of them over the past year. We had 5 million door unlocks last month. And 98% of our customers install the product themselves. It takes under 10 minutes, and just a screwdriver. It's pretty fun and easy to install. As Chad mentioned, we've added some additional products recently. We just announced the August Doorbell Cam, and this is a Wi-Fi video doorbell, and it's a great complement to the Smart Lock. It replaces the existing doorbell button on the home and uses the electricity off of the transformer. So it works just like a regular doorbell. Somebody pushes the button and you hear the chimes inside the house. But if you have Wi-Fi and it's connected to Wi-Fi, you then get a push notification on your phone, and you can see and speak to the visitor in front of the door. And it's a great way to monitor and manage the front of the house as a security camera, and much easier than installing these overhead, these dome-type security cameras you've all seen that require a lot of work. Unless you use Pro.com, then it's really easy to have it installed. So if you have the lock, of course, and you have the camera, you can see and speak to that person and just buzz them in remotely, like maybe you do in some of the higher-end buildings in some of the big cities. We also have one other little accessory we just announced. It's the August Smart Keypad, and most of us have smartphones now, but not everybody does. And so we made this little keypad that's very small, and it can be stuck anywhere outside the door, on the door, next to the door, behind a bush, and that allows you to give temporary key codes that just last for, again, those days and those hours that you specify. And it's another way of accessing the home other than using a smartphone. So, talking about the benefits for the industry. We've learned a lot over the past 6 months, thanks to NAR teaching us about the industry. And we know that brokers are looking to train and retain high-quality agents that are successful. And we know that agents, you want to sell more homes. You want to sell them faster. And we also know that the people in property management are looking for ways to save costs and do their jobs better. Through some research done by several industry organizations, we've come to understand that adding smart home technology to a property actually increases the value of the property. And you're seeing up to 5% increase in the premium of that property in a sale, if you can call it a smart home. Just for a few $100s, you can make it a smart home, and that gives it a much more curb appeal. Especially to millennials who look for smart locks and smart thermostats and smart lighting when they're shopping. So this is a very small investment to get a much bigger return on the transaction. So a few other things that's kind of neat about having an August Smart Lock installed on a property that's going to be listed is all those people you have to give access to. All right, whether it's stagers or repairs or inspections, you know the hassle of having to go there to meet those people and let them in, and all that scheduling and all the time that takes. And again, we're about speed. How do you make this transaction happen faster? And the cool thing is using August, you can just issue codes to these people. You can just issue temporary access, and they can go and do their job, and you get to know what's happening. You know when they arrive at the house, and you know when they're done and when they've left. It's all logged in the app, and you get notifications of all this activity. And one other neat feature is kind of like in a hotel room, when you leave a room, the door's automatically locked. With August, we also do that, so you don't have to worry about any of these people not locking the door after performing their service. You can have it automatically locked, or you can lock it yourself remotely using your phone. A couple other things, using the camera, of course, you can see and speak to those visitors. You can authenticate who they are that's coming and going and prevent the wrong people from entering. And another little neat feature is we have the ability to know exactly what's happening with the lock, because this little robot that we make attaches to the lock, and you still use the existing lock. You can still use a key. It's only additive to the lock, but we know what's happening. We have little sensors in the device that detects whether a key is used or somebody is using a screwdriver or some other method to try to get access to the house. So these notifications to the owner, to anybody who has access to management of that home gets that information. And I'm speaking of managing access. So we have this thing in the application called the keychain, so you can see all of the properties that you have access to managing during the period of time that you have access to, and then get all the information for all those different properties, all from one very simple interface. And we're very proud to be working with Coldwell Banker, and honored to have Budge here. And we're excited about what we're working together to make a smart home kit with a couple of other products that Coldwell has hand-selected to really lead the way in helping smart homes become part of their offering. And I think we're even exhibiting with Coldwell here at the show, and we're real honored to do that. We also announced just yesterday, we partnered with Airbnb, which is quickly becoming a very popular hospitality service. We're the first lock company to partner with them, and now if you book an Airbnb listing, kind of like when you book a hotel, right? Except that when you book a listing on Airbnb and they have an August Smart Lock, you don't have to go to a front desk and get a key card. You actually, right from the Airbnb app, you get notification, this house has August Smart Lock, and then you can download the key to your phone, and then you can show up at 1 in the morning and let yourself in without anybody having to greet you. It's a pretty neat partnership. And then we just started working with Veritas, the largest rental property owner in San Francisco, to smart lock enable their entire buildings around San Francisco. And the product, as I said, has been on the market for about a year now. We're in all the Apple stores nationwide, most Best Buy stores nationwide in Canada, of course on Amazon, Brookstone. We just started going into Sears stores. And then Comcast, we just announced a partnership with Xfinity Comcast. So now the August system is tied into the Xfinity system. In fact, you can even see the activity on your Comcast set-top box of what's happening with your door. And soon you'll be able to use the X1 remote control to unlock your door. And even with your voice, you can say, unlock the door. It's kind of a neat integration. And that's a great partnership with Xfinity. And I think that's really it. We're proud to be here and show you our products. We're in the booth with our colleagues here, and we even have a really special discount just for attendees of NAR 2015, and it's just going to last until the end of the show. So come by the booth, get the special discount code for you. It's something we've never done before. We're very we make very beautiful, these are very high-end all metal products, and so we can't usually give big discounts, but we are today for you, and we're honored to do that and hope you get a chance to participate in that. Thank you very much.